Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Premier Perspective. Now, we're gonna look a little different today. We're gonna be on the top right corner because we have here Euro 2020 predictor. Today we're gonna be predicting what we think is gonna be the results of the tournament this summer. Obviously, it's 2021, but it's last year's competition, so it's still called Euro 2020. But yeah, looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's get into it.
All right. So Group A, we have Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales. Um, at least me personally, for this group, I think Italy's winning
Yes, I
is
agree.
pretty much certain. Um, I don't really have any expectations for Wales because I think besides Bale, their team isn't that good.
Yep.
Switzerland has a decent squad, but what I will say is that Turkey, it has
Yeah,
a
I was looking at
is
Turkey too. I
good.
think,
The
yeah.
way that they've played recent times, I don't remember exactly who, but they've won against some big teams recently. So at least me personally, obviously this is how it's shown here. So the only thing I would switch is probably this and then leave it
I
like
think
that.
so too. I would leave it just like that too. Turkey is not a big name, but they've, like you said, beat some big teams,
I
made big
think, yeah,
performances, and they
yeah.
have talented players.
I
So
think
I think it's
they're,
definitely fair to say.
yeah, I think they're a big dark horse of the tournament. I think they
Yeah,
could surprise some people.
yeah,
But moving to Group B, we have Belgium, Denmark, Finland, and Russia. I think Belgium's pretty clear to win the group here. I think
yep.
they got pretty lucky with the group that they did get.
Mhm.
Besides this, the only team that I could see, the team I do see going second is Denmark. If you compare them to Russia, I think that they do have a better team. But
Yeah, Russia's kind of fallen
obviously,
off, I think.
anything could happen. Finland, I don't really have any expectations for them. I mean, they could surprise, but I don't really see it happening. So I would put them last. And then I would say Denmark probably has like a slight edge over Russia.
Yeah, I think so too. Just some of the names. I mean, Christian Eriksen
Yeah.
himself, and then they have. I know they do have good players. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Hmm.
But I know they do have some talent in that team. But Belgium definitely clear to win it.
Yeah. I think Belgium's definitely one of the favorites to win the tournament. To go down to Group C,
That's an
Austria,
interesting group.
Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Ukraine. Now, I think Netherlands are favorites for this.
Yes.
So I'll move them up to first. Oop, right, okay. And then I think next is between Austria and Ukraine. I think North Macedonia is probably going to finish last, so I'll move them there. Austria, Ukraine. Now, I don't really know too much about either team. I know Ukraine. The only really player that I know for sure is our boy Zinchenko. Um, and I know that he plays as a center mid for
Oh,
Ukraine.
really? I didn't know that.
Because that's you probably know that's
Yeah.
Zinchenko's actual
Yeah,
position.
his natural position. Yeah.
Yeah. So when he goes to Ukraine, he plays at the central mid spot.
I could totally.
Aus-
Yeah.
Austria has some good players too. I don't know. What are you thinking? Austria or Ukraine here?
I'm thinking Ukraine for this one. They have, well, Zinchenko. I know not just one to win it himself, but I know Ukraine used to always challenge teams,
Hmm.
in the like they would be in a lot of like friendly matches, and back in the day when they had more talented players. I remember Konoplyanko was a great player for them.
Mm, yeah,
Um,
no, I probably would
he
say Ukraine
I
slightly
would
over
definitely I would say
Austria.
Ukraine. Yeah, this is a yeah. That's an interesting group. I think that's a
I think that could
yeah.
like those two teams could easily intertwine though. Like one of them can finish second, the other one can
I
finish
think so
third.
too. But
But I
that's
think
that's what I'm going with now.
yeah. All right, Group D, Croatia, Czech Republic, England, and Scotland. Now, Croatia's a great team. I don't think that they'll obviously live up to the expectations that they put for themselves in the last World Cup. I still think England is the better team. I don't know
Yeah.
if you disagree.
No,
So I would
I
put
think yeah.
so I would put
I'd say England is
England
the better
first.
team, especially and you look at the young talent that's come in. If you like in that squad, I mean, unfortunately Trent's out on injury now, but
Hmm.
if you look at now at this point, they have Reece James and they have Phil Foden.
Yeah,
They have Jack Grealish. With
a
Harry
great
Kane up
team.
top with all them, they have an incredible team. Declan Rice as well. It's just an overall great team.
Yeah,
And I think England could go really far this tournament, and they should
I
go
think
really
so
far.
too. They should.
Um,
Now,
they
whether
definitely
will
should.
they is a
Will
question,
they
but
will they live up to it? I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
but they should.
for second in the group, definitely Croatia, and I would actually switch Scotland and the Czech Republic and put
Yeah, I
Scotland
think
in third.
Scotland might put some good performances in and sneak in a third.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so too. They have good players, especially in the Scottish league.
mhm,
There's so many of them on the national team playing for Celtic
yeah,
and Rangers, and then the players that go out to other countries.
like
Scott McTominay,
Robertson.
Andy Robertson,
Hmm.
Scott McTominay.
Yeah, I would say
Um,
they probably have a slight edge.
I would say so too.
Czech Republic, the main player I think of is Suchek.
Yeah,
Suchek had a
but
baller year though, but I would say Scotland might put a good performance in versus Czech Republic and grab that third place.
I'd say so too.
Moving to Group E, we have Poland, Slovakia, Spain, and Sweden. I think
Mm.
safe to say that Spain are favorites here.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah, I don't see
It's
a
definitely
situation
they should be favorites in that
where
group.
they're not. Besides Spain, I think the only issue with Spain in terms of going far in this tournament is not having a true number nine. I watched yesterday that they played Portugal in a friendly, and the amount of chances that they had to score and didn't. Um,
Yeah,
Morata, his finishing was not good, and I
yeah,
think that's going to be Spain's problem going forward. But looking at the other teams, Poland, Slovakia, and Sweden, I do think Poland is the second best team. I think you would probably agree with me.
I would say so too, and I would also keep Slovakia and Sweden right where they are.
Yeah, I think Sweden doesn't really. I don't think they're gonna do that great. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed now that Zlatan's not gonna be playing for them. I know they were
Okay.
saying that he was gonna come back to the national team, but I believe now it's that I don't know if it's through injury or what, but he's not gonna be playing. So yeah, I don't really think Sweden are gonna do much. I think Slovakia might be able to come together, take some pieces there. But
Yeah,
looking out to the best group, Group
yeah, that's
F,
a crazy group, man.
France, Germany, Hungary, and
Wow.
Portugal. Crazy.
Yeah, normally I think we can go ahead and put Hungary down fourth. I mean, I would
You never
normally
know.
I
They might
would
have the most shocking performance, and
that would be great. I would love to see that, but the way the other three teams have been,
mhm,
that's like, I mean, in my opinion, that's from the past couple of years. That group has the three best teams in Europe.
yeah. I mean, if you
And
think
that's
about it,
just
France, who just won the World Cup, Portugal, who won the last Euros,
Euro, and
Germany, who
Germany won the
won
World
the
Cup
World Cup
before
before
that.
that. Yeah.
That's
Now,
insane.
I don't know about you, but I have France winning the group. I think that they're the best team out of the bunch
I have France
currently.
winning the group as well.
But between Germany and Portugal, what are you thinking?
Um, uh, I,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Germany has a great compact team, but recently haven't been the best. Portugal have a good team, but I don't really know if they're gonna step up to the moment. I know they won the last Euros, but I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know because my thing is so many of their games are low scoring uh,
Yeah.
and they don't rely so much on Ronaldo anymore.
Hmm.
In terms of that,
But
he's
if you
not the heart of that team, and when he's the heart of
mhm.
that team, they were really kicking it.
If you
But
really look at the other players on Portugal though, like attacking wise, you have Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Diogo Jota. Like they have pieces going
they have
forward.
it.
They
Yeah,
have they have great defenders and Cancelo and Semedo and Ruben Diaz, Pepe. Like they have a good team. I personally would have them very slight edge over Germany, but it could go either way. I don't know what you're
yeah. I
thinking.
think that's. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm thinking, to be honest with you. I think it's fair to put either team second.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't think we
either
should
team
bring any of
second
them.
or third, but as right now, since we're not really 100%, and I'm thinking slight edge over Portugal, I'll just move Portugal
Yeah,
to that second, to put France first, Portugal second, Germany third, Hungary last.
yeah,
So the way the Euros work for anyone who doesn't know, the top two teams from each group advance, and then the best four third place teams go through. Obviously, we're just gonna pick who we think are the better teams because we never really know. Like a team like Germany can finish third only on 3 points, and then the other teams could have more points. So nothing's really guaranteed in that. But we're just gonna do it off who we think are the best 4 teams from the 6 that are next.
Okay.
So the lucky losers here, I know first I'm putting Germany, because they're the best out of all these teams.
Yep.
Now, besides this,
I think
I
I put
don't know.
Scotland next.
You would put Scotland through
I think I would put
over
Scotland.
who? I think Switzerland are for sure. Germany and Switzerland are my 2 locks.
Okay. I think Scotland over Russia and Slovakia over Austria.
Okay,
That's
so
what I'm feeling
both,
because Slovakia do have some. They have some names. They have
yeah.
what's his name?
Milinkovic.
Milinkovic Savic. Yeah, and they
Oh, we
have
know Milinkovic Savage is
is it
Serbian.
Slovenia? Is he really?
Serbian, I think. I don't know. I think Russia over Slovakia.
Okay.
I could shoot for Scotland pulling off something, but I'm stick. I think Russia had a good World Cup,
Okay.
and I just have them a slight edge.
Sure.
But yeah, I think we're locked with these 4 right here.
Yep.
All right. Next up, now these matches are made up through what we've put through. So Belgium, Scotland. I think it's safe to say Belgium will win that game.
Yeah.
And Italy, Ukraine. I'm going with Italy there.
I'm going with Italy too.
France, Russia. I'm sticking with France for that. Croatia, Poland. Now
That's interesting.
I could see Poland pulling off an upset. I do think Croatia would win, but I think this is a game where you can say, you know what, Poland have a good game, they could win the game.
Yeah.
But I'm still leaning towards Croatia though.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
Croatia should win. We got Spain versus Switzerland. I think Spain should take care of business.
You know they should, but I mean, if you look at if you look
This
at
is
their team
another
this
game like what we just
if you
said.
look at their if you look at their team, they're missing Ramos, they're missing Carvajal,
Mhm.
they have no Madrid players in that team, which in a Spain team that's usually just made up consists
Mhm.
of solely Barca and Madrid players. And it's not just that; it's they don't have the number one in a solid keeper anymore.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not saying that whoever
Yeah.
starts in goal for them
I
can't play well, but I mean they
Mhm.
don't have a Casillas anymore, and De Gea has proven that he just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I
Um,
think Spain will probably like slightly pass this round and then probably get knocked out by whoever they play next.
yeah,
Now we have two really good games next. We have England versus Portugal and Netherlands versus Germany. Now England versus Portugal, I think, would be one of the games of the tournament.
yeah, I think so too. That would be an incredible game.
Now in this, who are you taking? The reason, the reason I'm thinking right now, I think England will win the game,
I think
but
they would too.
the problem is that I feel like England don't have any step up to the moment players.
Do
Like
you think Phil
to the
Foden could be their
point,
step up to the moment player though?
I don't know. I now whether Southgate even starts him. You look at Kane. I just think about the one game that they had against Croatia in the World Cup, where they had so many chances to win that game and they didn't. And you're talking about a Portugal team that has Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, obviously, he's aging, but in a big moment, he's
He
stepping
steps
up.
up.
He
Yeah,
steps up always. I still think England wins the game, but if this were to happen, Portugal finishing second and England winning their group, and they end up playing against each other in the round of 16, I could see this game going either way, but I'll have slight edge to England.
okay. Yeah, I would say so too. In terms of the form of the individual players on
Mhm.
that team, I think I would go for England as well.
And then next we have Netherlands versus Germany. Now,
This one I'm going with Netherlands for sure.
yeah,
Not by a long shot,
yeah,
but
I
I'm
just don't
confident
think
in that.
Germany is the same team that they were.
Yeah.
And the only concern, I guess, that I have for Netherlands is that they don't have Van Dijk. So
Yeah, it is a little bit of a concern, but they do have Delit, and
yeah,
there are so many talented players in the Eredivisie that they
yeah.
um
I think Netherlands definitely, I think they'll probably win this game against Germany.
I think they will too. Germany has good players, big names.
Mhm.
Uh do you know the team sheet for Germany? Like will Neuer be their number one for this, or will Ter Stegen be their number one?
To be honest, I'm not too sure. Um, I don't see why Neuer wouldn't be if he's in the squad.
Right.
I feel like he's gonna continue to be the number number one, but obviously,
I don't
if
know.
for
I
whatever
almost think it
case
would be smarter to go
Neuer,
with.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If whatever case Neuer doesn't play and it's Ter Stegen, I mean, the quality of both those keepers are
Oh
incredible.
yeah, it's
You can't go
incredible.
wrong with
Yeah,
either or.
yeah,
But last round of 16 game, right? Round of 16, yeah.
yeah. Around 16.
Um, Turkey versus Denmark. I'm taking Turkey. I think
I'm
Turkey are the
taking
dark
Turkey as
horse of
well.
this tournament.
I think they
The
are too.
performances
That's what
that
I'm
they
going
put
for.
together with Yilmaz and Yaziki up top, Kalanglu in the midfield. I think Turkey are the dark horse of this tournament.
I think so too. I'd
Um,
love to see them go far.
I'd love to see them do really good. Next, we have quarterfinal games: Belgium versus Italy. Now,
So
I
at
have
this point of the tournament, it's always like
yeah,
crazy. You know what I mean?
like
It's
anything could
not like
happen
some.
up in this point. And
Yeah,
obviously, it's one game, so it's not two games.
yeah.
So obviously, anything can happen. I'm going Belgium over Italy. I think Belgium has
I'm.
a more complete squad. Um, you might disagree. What do you think?
Well, I can't disagree in the fact that they have a complete squad, but Italy. I mean, Italy have an incredible team. If you look at some of the players they brought
Mm-hmm.
up, Federico Cisse
Uh,
and now Immobile playing
mm,
very well, and
I think about
Insigne being able to step up,
yeah,
and they
Barella
have
from Inter is a
Barella,
really
great
really good
player, and
player.
they have Gigi Donnarumma
Mm,
starting. He'll be. I think he'll probably be the starting keeper this year,
yeah.
and only 22 or 23. Has played for Milan just about the whole uh, time of his career. He's played there since he was about 17, 18, and
Mm,
he was one of the goalkeeping prospects like of a couple years ago, and he's proved that he's
yeah,
played
he's a great
exceptional.
keeper.
Yeah,
I look at Belgium. I just look at how great their team looks. Defensively is the only thing that you can maybe have some question marks about if they have the best defense. But I think Courtois is an amazing goalkeeper that can
oh yeah,
save them from a lot of things. And if you just look at their midfield, they have Witsel and De Bruyne, Nangolan. You look at Carrasco, Eden
Mhm.
Hazard, going forward, Lukaku. And I think Lukaku is one of the most underrated players in the whole sport.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
so
he
too.
never gets the respect that he deserves.
I
I
agree.
just think the Belgian team is great. I think a key factor is going to be whether De Bruyne plays or not.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so too. Yeah, I think he's gonna be able to play though.
I
He's
hope,
supposed to be able to.
mhm. But
He might miss the first game or
yeah,
two, but he's supposed to be there.
I think by this point in the tournament, if Belgium do get there, that they'll he'll be playing. But
Okay.
I still have a slight edge for Belgium. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you can put Belgium for the sake of this. I would personally, if it was separate, I would personally go the other way on that one. But
Okay,
we'll go Belgium for this one.
yeah. Next we have France versus Croatia. Now
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I think France are spoiled. I'm not spoiled, but I'm basically spoiling it anyway. I think France are gonna win the Euros. I mean,
Okay. They should.
but
Well, a lot of teams should.
yeah, I
But
mean, I think
I
France should is
I
gonna.
think
I
this
think
round. I
France are
think
favorites.
yeah. I think that Croatia. Don't get me wrong. That Croatia team
Hmm.
that got to the World Cup final in 2018 was absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Um,
I just don't think they'll ever live to the expectation. Like
I don't think so.
they'll
I don't
never
think
get
so
to
either.
that level again.
I
Which is
don't
why
think
I
so
think
either.
France a rematch of the World Cup final. I think France wins this game.
I think France wins it as well.
And Spain versus England. Now I have England, and I
I have
spoke about
England
this
as well.
before. I think that if Spain had a top level striker, Spain's winning this game. But they're
Yeah,
just I don't know
and
where they're getting the goals from. If
yeah,
they
I don't know
had
either.
if Spain had like their version of Harry Kane, I think
Yeah,
Spain could go to the final with the team that they have, the way that they play too, with the coach they have a great coach in Luis Enrique. But I just don't know where they're going to be getting the goals from, and for this reason, I'm taking England.
yeah, I would say so too. In terms of Spain, the what I found with Spain, especially looking at, I mean, I don't know, haven't seen their exact team sheet of their 23 or 26 for this tournament, but
Mhm.
I do know that a lot of their players are like the individually talented players. And they're young, and in a couple years, it's a different story about Spain. But for now, they're all young, individually talented players, but none of them are step up to the moment players, and they just don't
Mhm.
have the same drive that the youngsters on England do. The Pedris are incredible, but just compared to like the drive and the hunger of like a Phil Foden,
Mhm.
even a Declan Rice in the midfield, and Reece James. I love Reece James, man. He's such a great
Yeah,
player.
Reece James is a baller.
Defensively, England are solid.
Mhm.
They have no reason to be poor defensively. Now, whoever they play in goal, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who are their three? It's
It's
Pickford,
Pope.
Johnstone, and Pope.
Yeah,
I
and
think I would
Pope.
probably back Pope for the Euros,
Yeah, I would say
honestly,
probably Pope.
because if you think about it, I mean, Pickford has had his moments,
Yeah, but
and
he did finish the season strong,
he
which
did.
was good for him. So I mean Southgate, I feel like he'll probably end up picking Pickford, but I would go for Pope.
Yeah, I think I would go for Pope too. I mean, to keep Burnley in as the amount of games that he does,
Yeah,
I think he's got to,
and for the last game we have Netherlands versus Turkey.
I'm going
Now
Netherlands, man.
I would love for for
No,
Turkey
bro.
to continue the reign. And we're saying Turkey as the dark horse, and we could be totally wrong. They might not even make it out the group stage or something. But yeah, Netherlands are the better
I'm
team
still,
here, and
yeah, yeah,
I think they'll put together a good
yeah,
performance. I
underdog
think
as much as you want, but
someone who's gonna have a great performance throughout the Euros
is
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 Memphis
Memphis Depay.
Depay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Memphis Depay is gonna have a
yeah,
great
right.
tournament, and I think he's gonna drive this Netherlands team. So
Yeah, for
now,
real, especially with Genie Wijnaldum in there,
yeah,
it'll be a crazy team.
Frankie
They
De
have an
Jong.
incredible
Yeah,
squad.
they have
Yep,
a good team.
I
I
love De
think
Jong, bro.
Netherlands is gonna be good.
Yeah,
Next up, semifinals: Belgium versus France and England versus Netherlands.
I'm
Oof.
backing France in that one.
Yeah, I am too. I do as much as I do love Belgium. I think France are the favorites to win this tournament.
Belgium have a complete team, but France have uh
There's no,
France just
yeah,
yeah, you know.
yeah.
they
I don't think there's no one in that team that you could be like, okay, like they're
there's
not that
no
good.
like weak spot in the team. Like
Yeah,
if you look
no,
at Belgium, they might depend on some things.
attacking,
Eden
yeah,
Hazard attacking, Eden
yeah,
Hazard
yeah,
midfield, De Bruyne, and
yeah,
defensively, I know they're good, but it might be a little shaky at times. But
hmm
France are
yeah,
just overall so strong, and I think
hmm
they're not one team to bottle it against a team that they shouldn't be losing to.
yeah. No,
So
I'm with you on that. I think France wins this, and then
I think
we're
so too.
looking at England versus Netherlands.
I'm looking at Netherlands for
I'm
this one.
yeah, I was gonna say I do think England was gonna go far in this tournament, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Netherlands. Um, the reason I say that is because I think in the midfield, I don't think Jordan Henderson is gonna play a huge role due to the fact
I
that
don't
he's
think
been
he can.
injured. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think he physically can, and I think a Netherlands midfield plays better than the England midfield in
I
a
think so
game,
too. No, I think so too.
especially if you don't have Jordan Henderson. Now, I think Jordan Henderson playing is a different could shake things up, but with the thought in mind that Henderson probably won't be playing, and there's going to be probably Declan Rice. I don't know who exactly. Obviously, Southgate has a lot of choices, but it's going to be a non-experienced team in the midfield. I think Netherlands just has a slight edge, but
I think
wouldn't be
so too.
surprised if England won.
No, at this point in the tournament, any team is fair
Yeah.
game. I'd even
So
say from the quarters, it's a fair
yeah,
game.
obviously, yeah, anything can happen. But we're looking next final, France,
Now,
Netherlands.
now this one's interesting because say
Mm-hmm,
this was the final, and I'd say that's very viable
mm-hmm,
possibility. France have the more complete team. France are overall very complete, but if you look at
mm-hmm.
Netherlands, they're not incomplete either. I mean, yeah, you could say
Yeah.
they're missing Van Dyke, but I mean, Van Dyke is not the he's not the end all be all of center backs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
He's a great player, but you even saw in the beginning of the season, uh, teams found out his flaws. Now that I'm not saying that he's not going to be one of the best defender center backs in the world when he returns to full fitness,
mm-hmm.
but there are other players that can fill that role and step up. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Delit could definitely step up. Um,
Yeah.
I think the Netherlands have very talented players. Um, and wouldn't be surprised if this was the final. I would not be surprised to see the Netherlands win this final. And being part Dutch, being of Dutch ancestry, personally, I would love to see them. I would
Yeah,
love to see them win the final.
I wouldn't be surprised either. But when I just look at this France team, and I just think about the team that they have,
Yeah,
the Varane going in
and
midfield.
they have Benzema this time.
They have Benzema attacking now with Mbappe and Griezmann, with Pogba and Kante in the midfield.
Yeah,
I just look at this team and I don't see a way where they don't win the Euros. And I think if they don't win the Euros, it's their fault. It's their own
yes,
fault. So I'm leaning towards France. You're leaning towards the Netherlands. For the
yeah,
sake
no,
of
but yeah,
for the sake of clicking something, I'll click Netherlands for you since I clicked the last one in my favor.
okay,
But yeah, I'm going France. Ryan's going Netherlands.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
France, I can't deny.
and
Crazy team there.
that's our little circle right here. But I'm gonna save this to share on our
Yeah.
Instagram for anyone who follows. But yeah, that goes our Euro prediction. So once again, we want to say thank you to anyone who's shown support. We're gonna have a I don't know which one's coming out first because we're recording them both now, but Copa America I think is next.
Yeah.
After this one, I think the Euros video is gonna come out first, and then the Copa America video. So make sure to check both of those out, whether it's out or going to be out. Check both of them out. And yeah, thank you guys again for always showing support, and we'll see you guys soon.